Yo, what is going on, future chemists, attorneys, and pole dancers of the world? It's Dorf Due here, bringing you a little tutorial type video thingamabob that will get you on top of the totem pole, or stripper pole, if you want to be a stripper. Yes, I am probably the best person to take advice from because my boundless pretentiousness will potentially make you the next CEO of Google. But I'm just here to talk about what is known among high school students to be the dreadful duos of destruction. Yes, I am talking about AP and IB. For those of you underachievers and insignificant commoners in society who don't know what these two are, they stand for Advanced Placement and International Baccalaureate. Normally I'd give you their formal definitions, but in realistic terms, they are simply ways for pompous, arrogant buffoons such as myself to create an even more elitist society by showing off their amazing skills at steroid-injected subject tests, thereby not having to take boring, monotonous classes in college that rob money from the innocent, naive college student who simply wants to just make a decent living when they grow older. But AB is just more class-based, while IB has you do things like improve society, help others, or other random shit like that. But, just kidding. I didn't mean for helping others to sound like fecal waste that belongs in your porcelain palace, but anyway, being an insanely generous person, because obviously I lure little children into white vans and give them Jolly Ranchers, I am going to give you some tips on how to be successful in AP and IB exams. Follow these tips, and you will not have to spend your life saying, "May I take your order?" or "Come on, baby, let's do it," just to get bread on the table. The first tip I have is just to be smart about procrastinating. And yes, I get that we've all done it from time to time, waiting until 3 a.m. to start a really big essay, then 4 hours later, when you complete it, a storm hits and your computer crashes, making you lose all your data, and you got to turn it into your first period teacher, or else she'll give you detention and slap your crotch with a ruler like in those old American conformist sitcoms. Some of you probably even do this on a daily basis, but it doesn't really matter. You've got to get up your game with AP and IB, and that includes knowing how to budget your time wisely. Now, I don't really mean that you can't skip out on a random assignment here and there, but what I am saying is to just be smart about picking what assignments to do, or else you'll end up with a big fat F on your test and you'll have to draw in a line to make it look like an A, like in that one Full House episode. I always took my time to my incredibly short attention span. Yeah, I know, it's pretty surprising, even though I'm like the best in school and stuff. But anyway, I do problems like 10 minutes at a time with 5-minute breaks by watching Whose Lines It Anyways Gets or something, and that's pretty much how I allocate my time. So yeah, all you have to do is just be really smart, be a really prudent dude, and just make sure that you actually have time to do shit like stuff like that. The next thing I have for you is to take insanely good notes and review all your notes well before a test date. Yeah, I mean, like, don't just read your notes. You have to actually, like, write out every single thing you know about the material so that it gets stuck in your head. I mean, use flashcards. Quizlet is like the new crispy bacon of the century, and do this at least a week before the test, I would say, studying about an hour a day, probably. Something that I had to sacrifice by doing IB diploma and APs was sleep, and trust me, I didn't exactly look like Elsa after she had her whole drama queen moment. I'm not saying to study meticulously, similar to how Howie Mandel treats his OCD, but I am saying to study smarter and more diligently. Which brings me to my next point. Do a lot of practice problems. This goes more for the math and sciences, but if you don't really know how to apply what you know in context, you're basically screwed for the tests. Like, really, just pack all your stuff, rent a moose, and move to Canada if you can't do this. And don't do the wimpy problems either. Stretch yourself out, find at least intermediate or even better, really hard practice problems that will stretch your mind like cookie dough. And while you're at it, make sure that once you harvest the cookie dough from your brain, you spread a little powdered sugar on it and eat it with ice cream. Just kidding. But no, you really do need to practice. Like, a lot. It's like playing an instrument. If you want to get better at it, you just gotta keep doing it, doing it, doing it, even though it just gets really boring in the end. Even though studying is important and all, it's even more important to take care of yourself. Like, don't just suck up on top ramen and eat it with bacon thinking it'll actually give you a brain boost. I'm sorry. Make sure you do all the important stuff like brush your teeth and poop. Sometimes that's all you really need to do to change your habits in order to like get healthy. Whenever I'm stressed, I basically just take a dump, take a 20-minute shower, and play Pokemon for the rest of my free time. And therapeutic moments like that can really get you places. Make sure you set aside some me time and definitely reflect on your totally superior skills. And lastly, do anything that makes yourself passionate about the subject you're trying to do. Like unprotected sex, make sure you take risks so that you can experience the full breadth of the AP and IB courses you take. Meaning, take as many hard courses as you can and take on tough projects and tasks that will help you boost your understanding of the content. Maybe even make amateur songs and post them on YouTube. Like, seriously, look them up. There's so many funny dudes out there. Especially the calculus ones, those are really funny. But anyway, form study groups with friends, and I do not mean to have a threesome or paint each other's nails like a slumber party, but to quiz each other and give each other help if they need it. Most importantly, I have to tell you the most important thing about APs and IBs is to never give up. Yeah, I know I'm being a sexy cheerleader right now, but just keep at it. I know it's cliche, but it's surprising how many people will forget that when they take these classes. So I thank you guys for watching. These are just general tips for these classes, so if you'd like any help for individual classes, please let me know in the comments below. Also be sure to rate, subscribe, I don't know, stuff like that. I'll probably be able to help in terms of like math and science, but when it's reading and history and all that, like when you have to like read and stuff, you probably want to ask someone else. Ask my partner Andrew, he'll probably know better. Good luck, poop out rainbows, and see you soon.